So let's talk about getting stuck and panicking at a set of traffic lights. Because they've changed suddenly. No, they aren't, you just weren't looking. Because they've changed suddenly, and so now you're stuck in fourth gear instead of first. At work, you see the panic setting so many times, during a lesson. Your job is to try to get back to gear number one before them lights change back to green, so you can start driving and not be kind of stressed that you're holding traffic up. So how do you do that effectively? Well, if you remember how to upshift, change up your gearbox, what happens is you go throttle off, clutch in, gear up, then you feather clutch back, then you put power back. So that's a normal upshift. Gearing down normally goes through the same process. Shut your gas, pull your clutch lever in, push down on your gear selector, reintroduce your gas, not your glass, reintroduce your gas, see what information your bike's just gives you. If it don't give you any engine braking or not a lot and you want more, move down another gear. If it gives you plenty of engine braking, there's lots of energy there, you're going to leave that gear in for a little bit longer, slow down a little bit more, and then drop another gear in. Eventually you'll end up in gear number one. Alright. We don't always get it right, it doesn't always work, you don't always have time. Perhaps a pedestrian stepped onto a crossing, from behind a parked car or something like that, and we've had to stop suddenly. So now we're in gear number 4. The process is exactly the same. You must operate your clutch lever for every downshift you do on your gear selector. Alright, and doing it in sequence and in order is really important, because just flapping about on your clutch lever and messing about, banging up and down on your gear selector is not going to really help the situation very much. So if you can, soften your brake so that you've got some feeling, when you're operating clutch. We've talked in other videos about having your brake on really hard is going to disguise your clutch lever. So if you can soften your brake, try that, because it's more difficult if you don't. And then the process starts. With your clutch lever in because you've stopped, you've not stalled your bike's sat in gear number 4. What we need to do is operate one movement of your foot, so down, and don't forget what I've just said. Every downshift must have its own clutch movement. So you've gone down on your gear selector once, you find your biting point. Now you're not trying to go anywhere, you just want to make sure that your bike is connecting that drive gear and gearbox gear. Once you've found that biting point, you can pull that clutch back in, off your gear selector completely, and then back down on it one more go. And you open your clutch lever again. And you do that for as many times as you think you need to get that bike into gear number 1. This is what sends me to 11. When a customer gets gear number 1, what they do to check to see if it was in gear number 1 is they pull up to see if neutral comes. Now the issue with that is, if neutral comes, you are now not in gear number 1, and what they do is they go back to that one downshift, they don't use the clutch lever, and then when they try to set off from a green traffic light, the bike just revs up and it don't go anywhere. Alright, trust the sequence. You don't need that neutral light to confirm whether that bike's gone in gear or not. All you need to do is understand what is the information that says that you are in gear number 1. So every downshift can feel solid on your gear selector. So you push down on that gear selector, it feels solid, it won't kind of travel any further up until you go for your first touch on your biting point. It can pull that gear into the next gear down, clutch back in, off and back on your gear selector. It might feel solid again. Open your clutch, click, it'll go in, clutch back in, off, back on again. If it's solid again, which normally means that you've got to the bottom of the gearbox, if it's solid again and you find your biting point and it doesn't have like a mechanical sensation, then go clunk, click into that next gear, pull back in, off your gear selector, back on your gear selector, and it should be solid again. Gear number 1 is the only gear. It is the only gear that is solid twice in a row. There you go, tip of the day. Every other gear can feel solid when you push down, but gear number 1 is the only gear where you go down, solid, pull, down, solid, pull. That is the only gear that does that twice in a row. At that point then you can confidently swap your feet back over, put your left foot back on floor, watch the traffic lights, check for other problems that you might encounter when you've gone through the lights. Yeah, and when those lights change colour, you know that you're going to get drive. Alright. If you want any more amazing tips like that, come and see us down at Wilson's Rotherhide. We will try to make sure that you've got all of the information in my head. That should take 5 minutes. And from then, we can kind of teach you anything else you might need to know. Cheers, bye.